Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Shy Bully live at the Urban Network Digital Conference right here in San Diego, California. My DJ's radio. Very special guest right here. I'm going to let her introduce herself real quick.
What's up, world? It's Jane Rocks, a.k.a. Plain J.A.N.E, in the building.
Yes, sir. Now, Plain J.A.N.E, very special. Like I said, one of my favorite MCs out here. She is one of Dago's top 10 freshmen for the year. She's been putting in a whole lot of work. Let me know how the Urban Network Digital Conference has been treating you so far.
Honestly, it's been amazing. It's the first one I've been able to attend. So I was able to, get information that I wouldn't be able to. I had a really good conversation with Jazz Williams, shed a light on a zillion things that I didn't know. And, I feel like there's so much I need to learn here. So I'm just trying to absorb everything as much as I can and listen, do a lot of listening today.
So I got a question for you. How important is it for an artist to invest in themselves, when being independent?
It is super important. And, we all have those times where we can't. And I think that's when I had taken a pause because you can't really expect others to invest in you. You have to, feel your worth and know your worth. So now that I'm back on the job grind, I've been pushing in the studio and, I can't wait for Red Cup 2 to come out. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, speaking of Red Cup, still one of my favorite San Diego projects. They Don't Know. It's still one of my favorite. They Don't Know Shit About Me. That's still one of my favorite all-time Delano produced records and songs, period. You know what I mean? So I'm very much looking forward to Red Cup 2. Hopefully I'm on it. If not, oh well. You know what I'm saying? But why don't you, like you said, let the people know, a little bit of what you've accomplished over the last year or two. You know what I'm saying? Get them caught back up with Jane.
Will do. So Red Cup 2 dropped. Had won an artist search that same month and was on Z90 that same month and been doing shows after shows and lately a lot of features and was chosen one of the top 10 for San Diego artists. And so just been pushing that, getting ready to work on a music video with Lan, Yellow Negro. And, getting ready to push. I've been in the studio at TKR with Kid Reckless and production by Delano Sounds and Basshead. So album's going to be insane, And I'm really looking forward to, I do have a good circle of people that I work with, but I am looking forward to venture out and do new stuff, like the stuff that we're working on. I haven't really had an opportunity to work with you one-on-one, so I'm excited for that. And, just like I'm all about learning this year, so, stuff that I'm not used to doing, I want to branch out and do it. I don't want to be too comfortable.
I feel you. Yeah, definitely. That's the key thing is, complacency is, it's so easy to get caught up in the moment, especially with people who win competitions and accomplish things. You cherish the moment and get too caught up in it and then forget that you got to keep the, foot on the pedal. Yeah, exactly. So, why don't you explain who some of your musical influences are as far as this hip-hop game?
Okay. I'm not much of a, I would say not much of a mainstream head. I didn't grow up much of a mainstream head, but mainstream artist-wise, I do like Kendrick Lamar. And I do like Drake. I think Drake is super creative and super talented. But I've always been a fan of Common. I've always been a fan of Medusa and Lauryn Hill. And, to me, they're more lyrical. And that's what I look forward to in a song. Of course, the beat, is insane. But lyrical. I need to feel like I'm intelligent, like I'm learning something from the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm the same way. I'm a connoisseur of substance, myself. So I enjoy any song that has a message, or that I can learn something from. So, okay, that's cool. So as far as your accomplishments, what would you say is the biggest accomplishment that means the most to you so far in your music career?
Okay. The pinnacle of my career has probably been able to, be on the radio with Raymond. It's probably tied up with being part of the top 10 with Yellow Negro. I feel like he's such a talented individual, and he didn't have to give his time to do that, and he did. And I feel honored to be a part of it.
Cool. You know what? Like I said, you guys have my undivided support as far as the Dago Top 10. You know, I've already helped out in numerous ways, and I'm looking forward. I'm also dropping you guys' mixtape when it gets done. The Fly Nation will be dropping it on livemixtapes.com. You know what I mean? We got access. We only get to drop 4 per year, 1 per quarter. We're going to use the first one on you guys. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? So look out for that. Why don't you give some shout-outs, man? She also just so happens to be married to one of the San Diego's, you know what I mean, best producers out here, you know what I mean, in Delano Sounds. I'm going to get him over here, too, so we're going to get an interview by him. But tell us a little bit about how it feels to work with somebody and be married to somebody so talented, you know what I mean, and being a power couple.
It has its benefits. It really does. You know, when you're in the mood to write at 1 a.m., I have somebody that could be like, oh, hold up, I just made this beat. You know, you don't have to do many fishing for beats. He's so creative, and I love to see him grow, and I get to grow with him, you know, so it's a blessing. It really is.
That's what's up, yeah, man. Power couples, that's the movement, you know. I'm a part of one. She has one, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, man. We're going to be pushing this. Congratulations on the magazine, you know.
Thank you.
Definitely, you know, I feel like we connected. I was on the first one. Now, you know what I mean? Now the ladies of SD is on this one, and it's a beautiful thing. So, you know, San Diego this year, it feels like the unity and the push has, you know, just with the presence of everybody here, it seems like we're finally starting to get it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, so why don't you give your last-minute shout-outs, let them know where they can find you again. You know what I mean? We'll call it that.
First and foremost, my family, you know, my kids for letting me use their time to push my passion. My husband, you guys, my DJ's Radio, have always been a supporter of us. And then the family, you know, Alicia Marie, Hada, Truth, Graham, Gonzo, Ashley, Chris, all you guys. I have a lot of supporters, so big ups to the J.A.N.E gang, too. So, definitely.
Hey, well, make sure you guys look out for that Red Cup 2. It's coming real soon. She's working hard at it. Definitely going to get her on my DJ's Radio when it's ready to drop so we can promote it. I'm Shot Bully.
Plain J.A.N.E.
Hey, we are out of here. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Cool.